Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you all for joining me tonight on another Tax Tea Thursday with Tish. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. As you all may know, I am Letitia Wilson, your tax wealth strategist here at LZ Financial Solutions. I am so excited to have you here today as we kick off 2025 to help you with a clear focus on your financial success. This topic is New Year, New Me, New Finances, right? So for a little information, for who do not know me, I do specialize in helping high income earning individuals and business owners and individuals like yourself make smart financial moves. My mission here is to empower you with the knowledge you need to maximize your wealth and minimize your taxes. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. I am still under the weather a little bit, but I am going to make it through. So, today, the purpose of Tax Tea Thursday with Tish and the topic of discussion is to talk about the difference between tax preparation and tax planning. I will show you how each one plays a critical role in your financial journey. Whether you are an individual or a business owner, understanding these concepts will help you save money and achieve your goals for the year and so on into your rest of your life, honestly. So again, this is an interactive section. Let me turn my comments on. All right. All right. This is an interactive session. So if you guys have questions as I am going through this live, please feel free to comment. I do have my phone here on the side of me, so you all will see me kind of look off to the side. I will be reading additional comments today. So, as I mentioned before, today we are going to discuss the difference between tax preparation and tax planning. So we're going to start with tax preparation. So as many of you all know, everyone needs to file taxes if you have earned income, right? So, the purpose of tax preparation is to ensure that the taxpayer is filing an accurate return, filing on time, and is compliant with tax laws. So, tax preparation is reactive process focused on the past year income. So that's why even though this is the 2025 tax year, all the income that you made for 2024 will be placed on the 2025 tax year. It sounds so weird saying 2025. I really haven't had to say it that much this year, but yeah, so 2025 tax year. So when it comes to tax preparation, some of the key steps in tax preparation is collecting all of your documents and making sure that you stay organized with all your documents as far as W-2s, 1099s, any retirement income that you may have, or anything that you basically want to file on your taxes. You must stay organized when it comes to tax preparation. A lot of people tend to not stay organized throughout the year, so when tax season hits, a lot of people are scrambling trying to get everything that they need. When it comes to tax preparation, you want to understand the common deductions and credits that you may be eligible for. Not everyone is eligible for the same type of credit. Not everyone is eligible for the same type of deduction as well. And within that case, you want to make sure that you are using a tax professional to help you file those returns accurately. I know a lot of people do like to file their taxes on their own, but if you have a more complex tax situation, we do advise you to see a tax advisor to help you with those tax planning strategies and even tax preparation, just to make sure that you are filing your taxes correctly. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to talk about some common challenges that happens when it comes to filing tax preparation. So one challenge, again, like I mentioned, is not being organized throughout the year. When you're not organized throughout the year and you're ready to file your taxes, you tend to find yourself scrambling and overwhelmed with gathering all of your documents that you need to file your proper tax return. So this is why we always encourage clients to make sure that you are preparing your taxes, or not even preparing your taxes, but organizing your tax situation beforehand. And sometimes if you have a tax advisor, they can handle all of that for you. You can send them your documents on a regular if you have a bookkeeper or a tax planning strategist that helps you organize throughout the year. That is one benefit of having a tax advisor. We help you throughout the year. We just don't help you through tax season. Well, some tax professionals will help you throughout the year and not just doing, tax season. So you want to make sure that you keep those documents organized, because we don't want you to miss out on any credits or nor any deductions that can help you with your tax file. And also remember that taxes is due April 15th. So you do have time to gather all of those documents. You just don't want to make the mistake of trying to file your taxes early. I have had a client who's actually filed early, and she was actually missing a form that we needed to submit to the IRS. But again, at that point, we just tell them no worries, we'll be able to handle that. But the thing is, with filing taxes, you have some people that want to file quickly. And when you file quickly, sometimes you can file too quickly and miss information that you actually need to apply on your tax return. And that can affect your tax return if you decide to file early and you miss a form and you receive a refund. They may affect your refund and you may have to, give money back, which nobody wants to do, right? Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for joining. We are talking about tax preparation versus tax planning. Thank you for joining. So working with a tax professional, again, ensures accuracy, maximizes your deductions, and reduces the risk of audit as well. And it also gives you a peace of mind because tax preparation is a service. Everyone likes to be serviced, whether you are at a restaurant, um, at the car shop, people like to be serviced. So even though you can do things yourself, it always gives you that peace of mind when you know that you can have that tax advisor there with you every step of the way to handle your financial needs. And so, speaking of financial needs, now we're going to talk about tax planning. So, remember, I said tax preparation is reactive because we basically review all your information from the previous year. But with tax planning is proactive. So, it ensures basically a year-round process designed to minimize your tax liability. That is the whole point of tax planning. We want to minimize your tax liability. It does involve strategizing based on your income, expenses, and your financial goal. So every tax planning situation is not going to look the same, even for a tax preparation case. Every client is not going to look the same. Everyone is not going to receive the same amount of tax refund or maybe even owe tax, because we do have those high income earners that tend to owe taxes each year, and especially when you don't have a tax planner. So if you do owe taxes and you don't have a tax planner, you probably need one, especially if it's year after year and you are constantly on the IRS. You need to invest in some tax planning. And yes, we do offer that here at LC Financial Solution. So, unlike tax preparation, which looks backwards, again, tax planning helps you prepare for the future. It's all about making decisions, that will save you money in the long run because everyone is looking to save money. Everyone wants to invest in wealth or even thinking about retirement when thinking about their future. So, you definitely want to invest in tax planning. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I am discussing the difference between tax preparation and tax planning. Some examples of tax planning. Now, this the gems now. I wish I had like some little gems in my background, right? Because these are the gems that you need for tax planning. So, when it comes to tax planning strategies, of course, there are multiple strategies that you can use when it comes to tax planning. But again, you would need to get with your tax advisor to see what strategies works best for you. But one of the top strategies is maximizing the contribution to your retirement account, whether it's a 401k, IRA. If you are a business owner, you have that SEP account as well, the self employed plan that you can contribute to. So you want to be able to make sure that you are maximizing that by putting in the most that you can, depending on your tax bracket, filing status, and things of that sort. When it comes to the retirement plan, now here's another gem that I'll drop when it comes to retirement plan. So of course, if you work with, if you have a W-2 job, you have that retirement plan. And if you were to get laid off, fired, or quit, of course, that 401k plan comes with you, right? And so typically you have two options here when it comes to your 401k plan. You can either roll it over into a different investment company that will go ahead and take on that 401k for you, or you can go ahead and basically cash it out and then just pay the taxes that comes along with that, depending on how much your 401k was when you actually let the job go that you were working. But the T is, right, you want to take that 401k if you ever leave your job, take that 401k and roll it into an annuity plan. So with an annuity plan, that is basically a life insurance plan that helps grow your money without any market risk. So I know a lot of people have a 401k through their employer, but a lot of times people don't really look into it. Like if you open your statement, you can see, of course, your 401k is typically invest into the stock market, right? And so with that, your 401k investment, it fluctuates. It goes up and down based off the stock market because your funds are invested in that stock market. But if you get that annuity plan where you roll it over into the annuity plan, which is basically an insurance plan that you can get that covers basically the 401k retirement, you don't lose money, right? So with an annuity plan, you are not invested. Your money is not invested into that. You typically have a fixed annuity plan to where your money can make money, but you never lose money, right? So, I mean, who want to lose money? Hey, right? So nobody wants to lose money, right? Everybody wants their money to grow for them. But if you look into your 401k plan that you have with your employer, you want to make sure that, okay, well, I'm putting this money in. If you put, depending on your tax bracket or your financial situation, if you put in $50 every week and then they matching, or even $500 every 2 weeks, and they're matching your money, when you actually open up that account, whether it's with any of these big companies, I just don't want to put anybody's name out there, but personally, I have a 401k with Fidelity. So I do tend to look at um my statement. I do look at my statement quarterly just to see, because again, I am invested in some stocks. I got some bonds with them, and I do see how that money fluctuate. But again, if you roll that into an annuity plan, you will have your money growing for you tax free. And another plus of having an annuity plan is that if you need to take money out of your annuity plan, which is basically the life insurance plan, you can withdraw that money without having a deduction after a certain amount of time. So if anyone has a 401k, you already know if you withdraw that money, it's a penalty, right? Because one, you're under the 51 and a half that you should be withdrawing it. And so then you have a penalty there. And of course, if you don't pay it back, you have a penalty. So again, with the annuity, go ahead and roll that money over into it. And if you need it in a couple years, then at that point you borrowing from it. So if you have a $100,000 life insurance plan, and you want to take some money out of that from that annuity, just say you want to take 10,000, you can take 10,000 out. But if you just so happen to pass away the next day and you don't pay the $10,000 back, you still have a 90,000 life insurance plan with no interest. Like, who don't want that? Let's see. Mia says, yes, match if you can with the company that offers. Yes, that is the goal. So if you are working with an employer, you definitely want to match if you can. But then if not, again, use that annuity. And also for business owners, I feel like one thing with business owner tends not to tax plan, because as a lot of us, we are individual business owners and we are wearing multiple hats within our business, and we do not think about the future when it comes to retirement. You are kind of thinking about the now and what's going to happen now instead of what's going to happen later. So my goal here with LC Financial Solution is to help individuals start their retirement account for themselves and their family, just in case they do get sick or do fall down due to a mental illness, or not even a mental illness, but any type of illness, to where you don't have that money to depend on. Because as business owners, we tend to make the money daily. When it comes in. Sometimes it's slow, but with investing into that annuity plan, again, it gives you security, just for you and your family. And again, you can write it off on your taxes. That was my spiel about annuities and 401ks. If you are interested in setting up an annuity plan, or even just a basic life insurance plan for you or your family, definitely set up an appointment with us here at LC Financial Solutions, and we can definitely get you set up for the right plan that fits your budget and needs. The next example of a tax planning strategy, again, is taking advantage of the HSA, which is the Health Savings Account. So, as I had mentioned on my last slide, of course, your health savings account, the employee owns that. So, you are able to take money from after tax dollars, right? That's what counts. The after tax dollars, you want to be able to invest into that um, to help you, lower your income. Hey, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And another tax planning strategy that you want to have, of course, is timing your income and expenses to manage your tax bracket. Everyone is a different tax bracket. It doesn't matter if you filing single, married, filing jointly, head of household. Widow, everyone has their own tax bracket. And so when it comes to tax planning, you want to make sure that whatever bracket that you are in, it helps you with your taxes overall. Because again, not everyone is due a refund, but if you are owing taxes year after year after year, I would definitely recommend that you reach out to LC Financial Solutions so we can help you here with some tax planning strategies to help you save your money and help you use that money to build wealth, right? Because that's the overall goal for us and what we want to do. Um, and when it comes to your standard deduction versus itemized deductions, right? So if you are a high income earner and you want to itemize your deductions, which means basically having a list of everything that you probably pay for as far as your maybe property taxes, state and local taxes, if you do any charitable contributions, even medical expenses. Sometimes those expenses add up more than the standard deduction, which overall helps you in your tax case, right? Because if you are single, usually standard deduction, I believe this year is around $14,600. So when you look at your tax return, right, on the first page, you will see like a paragraph off to the side and it'll discuss what a standard deduction is. So basically, the standard deduction is the amount of money that you can make before you are taxed, right? So if you look at your 1040 form, which is your tax form, your line one is say how much you made, right? And then that standard deduction is basically minus that. And then that is the amount that you are taxed on. So that's why you need a tax planner to help you with that. So just in case you do owe again year by year, sometimes when people owe year after year after year, it deters them from actually filing taxes, right? So we don't want to do that. We want to stay in compliance with your taxes each and every year because depending on your job and what you actually do, you can lose your license if you don't file your taxes. I have actually a couple clients that are on risk for losing their job and their medical license for not filing taxes on time. And yes, Mia, you can use an annuity for your business, which is a SEP plan, SEP plan. So if you wanted to take your 401k that you previously had from a job, you can turn that into a self-employment plan. And then basically that is the annuity. Again, you can set up an appointment with us and we can discuss your options. And again, annuities, I feel like annuities are for the win, right? You go ahead and you put your money in and you don't lose money. You gain money. Now it is at a max rate depending on the annuity plan option that you choose and how much that you invest, but there is a maximum rate, but you never go below market versus a 401k through your employer. It typically tends to fluctuate, throughout the year. You are very welcome. And of course, another tax planning strategy, as I discussed last week, is planning for those business deductions and depreciation. Um, So, as you all know or may not know, you can depreciate different assets within your business. So, you want to make sure that you are getting with your tax advisor to help you determine whether you should do a depreciation, a bonus depreciation to accelerate maybe all of your assets to lower your income, or maybe just take, the year by year deduction to help it overall. And another tax planning strategy that you want to implement, if you owe taxes last year, right, you need to make a tax estimate payment. So you will get penalized if, just say last year, you owe $2,000 and you just wrote a check, and for your 2024 taxes, you may owe $4,000. You can get a penalty because now it's doubled up and you didn't even make an estimate payment on which you owed for last year. And again, who wants to pay $2,000 to $4,000 in taxes? I've seen some people pay $5,000 to $7,000 to $10,000 in taxes, right? But we don't want to do that. We want to help you with a tax planning strategy, again, to be proactive throughout the year. That is the whole point of tax planning, to help you throughout the year with your financial needs, to make sure that we are implementing the correct strategies to maximize your wealth and minimize your taxes, right? That is the whole point. So tips for getting started when it comes to tax planning and tax preparation. You want to start by tracking your expenses and your income regularly. Work with a professional, LC Financial Solutions here, to help you identify opportunities for saving. Also, remember that it is never too late to start planning, right? For your future, for your kids' future, for their kids' future. If you have grandchildren, you want to be able to plan for their future to help build generational wealth and to break generational curses as well. Some key highlight differences that I would like to discuss. Again, tax preparation is a one-time focused on compliance, just to make sure that you are compliant with the law, while tax planning is an ongoing strategy aimed at saving you money and achieving your financial goals, right? So again, tax strategies or tax planning is throughout the year. You want to make sure that you are with your tax advisor throughout the year. A lot of people like to wait until tax season, like it is now. And when we file your taxes, you owe $2,000 to $3,000, and then now you're like, oh, what can I do to get it down? How can I not owe? How can I not owe? Well, it's ways that you cannot owe, but you should have had that service throughout the year to prevent that. And if you have a Roth IRA, you do have up until April 15th, 2025 to contribute to that account to the help towards 2024. So that's a good thing with one of the retirement plans is that you can still contribute money in 2025 that goes towards your 2024, again, which lowers your tax bill as well. Again, everyone needs tax preparation, right? But if you are seriously aiming at building wealth and minimize taxes, tax planning is essential. Everyone, well, not everyone, but everyone who's looking to build wealth, right? You want to have that tax planning. You want to sit down with a financial advisor to help you plan for your future, for your kids' future, and for their future, because I feel like one of the most common things that I feel like every person in the world worries about is when they get older, how are they going to afford to live, right? So do you want to be working when you're 70, 80, still having to pay bills because you have to go to work? And hopefully that's not the case. So this is why in 2025, we want to be more responsible financially to help us build that wealth and that dream life that we always wish that we have or we want to create for ourselves. Some top mistakes or common mistakes I will say when it comes to tax preparation and tax planning is waiting until the last minute to prepare. If you have a complex tax situation, you do not want to wait until April 1st to try to get your taxes filed, and then now you want to rush your tax professional to complete your taxes. Even with tax planning, you still don't want to wait until April to file, and then now you owe, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay your tax bill, right? Because again, taxes are due April 15th. So if you owe taxes, you have to pay by April 15th, or you will be having interest occurred on your account through the IRS. Even if you file a tax extension, with filing that tax extension, the tax extension just extends you to file your taxes. It doesn't extend the pay. So if you file an extension in April, and you owe $2,000, if you wait until October 15th, which is the extension deadline, you still will incur interest each month, right? Unless you can get a penalty abatement through the IRS. Again, we do handle penalty abatements as well if you do owe interest. So again, you will have to get with myself or one of our advisors here at LC Financial Solutions. Yeah, that's right. I do have a team to help you, with that if you do owe interest or if you have a tax debt. And also, if you had a tax debt from last year and you receive a refund this year, the IRS does automatically take whatever you owe, right? It doesn't matter if you're on a payment plan. They will take, if you receive a refund, a federal refund, they will take what you owe. Now, if you receive a state refund, then you may be lucky because they will not take the money from state, but they will take it from federal. Let's see. Mia says, I have to do better with checking in with my tax preparer more often throughout the year. She did initiate a good chat when Prime eliminated my position. Correct, definitely. I will say again, talk to your tax professional throughout the year. We are just not here during tax season. LC Financial is just not here during tax season. We are here year round. We file taxes year round. We help with tax planning and other services as well that we offer year round. So reach out to your tax professional to see how you can maximize your wealth and minimize your taxes, because that is the whole point and goal, right? Another top mistake, again, that I feel like a lot of business owners fail to do is tracking income and expenses. You want to make sure that you are tracking throughout the year. And if you know that organization is not your top priority or your best skill, get with your tax advisor and come up with a plan to where you can submit, invoices or receipts to them, and they keep up with it throughout the year. So then now when it's time for you to file taxes, you don't have to worry about getting your expenses together. You don't have to worry about your profits because you already have that tax planner there throughout the year who will help you with that. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Another top mistake that individuals and business owners make is overlooking deductions and credits. A lot of times people go to those big box tax companies to get their taxes done, but not every time they are looking into your tax, deductions or credits that can help you. Even with doing your taxes on your own, of course, if you just may have like a single W 2, that might work and that might be okay. But once your taxes starts to get a little more complex, you definitely should seek out a tax advisor just to make sure that you are doing everything correctly. And again, maximizing that wealth and minimizing that tax. Because again, we want to pay the IRS as little as possible legally, right? So some pro tips that I can give you on tonight's lesson is basically staying organized year round and consult with your tax professional early. Like I've been saying throughout the whole entire live, you do not want to wait until the last minute to go ahead and organize or get your taxes filed, because at that point you don't want to rush your tax professional to file your taxes, right? You don't want to wait until April 1st and knowing that you have to file your taxes April 15th, and then now you want to call your tax professional or drop by the office like every day. Hey, are you done, are you done? You don't want to put that pressure on them to where they could possibly make a mistake because they are trying to please you as the client. Yes, definitely get with your tax professional to see about that. Typically, that could be considered bookkeeping, or just depending on what you have with your tax professional, she or he could help you with that throughout the year. So that way, you don't have to worry about sending things over. And like I stated last week, Wave, WAVE, is a good app to use as well when it comes to tracking your expenses and income, because you can take pictures and add those pictures within your bookkeeping, which is definitely great. I always preach about keeping those expenses, just because in case of an audit, you already have it there. As soon as they are ready for you, bam, here it is, paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Instead of not having that organization file, and if you are due for an audit, now you're really trying to gather up, right? And that's not what we want to do. We want to prepare you for the future at all costs. I would encourage you again, if you are ready to take control of your finances in 2025, let's work together. I do offer personalized tax preparation and tax planning services tailored to your unique needs. If you are interested in getting an annuity plan or any type of life insurance plan that can help you with your future wealth, you can definitely set up an appointment here with us at LC Financial Solutions. If you go to the top of this link, I do have my links in the chat as well. So you want to be able to contact us again at any time with any questions that you may have. I also have my link for the newsletter that I send out every week. So if you are not signed up for my newsletter, please do so you do not miss out on any tax tea, right? Tax Tea Thursday with Tish. You don't want to miss out. Let's see here. So again, book your consultation with us. Um, If you need help with, again, tax preparation, tax planning, I am here to assist you along your financial journey to help you build that wealth as we all are looking to do. Thank you all for joining. I'm looking over to my phone, as I stated before, just to see who's tuning in. And some key takeaways that you want to take away from tonight is you want to make sure that you emphasize the importance of your financial needs. You want to make sure that, your wealth and your financial needs are as important to you as it is to me. I can't care more about your money than you care about your money. So I need you to care about your money because I care about your money. I am here to help you save and build wealth. Again, thank you all for spending time with me today. I hope you all felt empowered to take charge of your finances for 2025. We definitely want to make 2025 your best financial year yet. Still remember to join me every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, where we will talk about different tax tea and topics. As I mentioned before, as we get throughout the year, I will pivot over from talking about taxes to talking about wealth building strategies. So if you're interested in those wealth building strategies, make sure that you tune in to us. Make sure that you set those consultations up with us to talk to us. Again, I am located here in Fairview Heights, Illinois. I do have an office, and I also meet with clients via Zoom. So if you are out of town, we can set up a Zoom call where we can see each other virtually instead of face to face if you like as well. And don't forget, March 22nd is my first seminar of the year in person, Financial Power Play, where we will focus on maximizing your wealth and minimizing your taxes in depth. I will be giving out some gems, dropping some gems when it comes to building wealth, because that is my goal here at LC Financial Solutions, to have every client impacted to build that wealth for their future generations and themselves as they get older, to live the life that they want to live, right? That's the whole point of life. We want to live, no matter if it's a luxury life, no matter if you want to just be, have a farmhouse and sit on your porch and sip lemonade. I want you to be able to do that comfortably without having to worry about paying any bills at all, right? And remember, the best investment that you can make is in your financial education and strategies, which is by seeing us here at LC Financial Solutions. Thank you all for joining. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you are catching a replay, go ahead and put replay in the comments. Share this live on your page so other people can see it as well. Again, I am here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. Sign up for our newsletters. Follow me on LC Financial Solutions on Facebook to keep updated with all the new tax laws and all the tax tea, because I will be talking about some tax cases here in the future months with people, who may have some embezzlements going on. Baby, it's going to get spicy, spicy, spicy. So again, thank you all for tuning in with Tish here at Tax Tea Thursday. Thank you all and have a great night.